could never overcome the horrible accusations about what happened to his wife. Carl Andre was a prominent figure in the minimalist art movement, renowned for his stark and innovative sculptural works. He emerged as a key player in the 1960s art scene, significantly influencing the trajectory of minimalist art.
Carl Andre stared out the window of his studio, the Manhattan skyline shimmering in the summer heat. He should have been basking in his success as one of the most acclaimed artists of his generation, but there was a heaviness that weighed on Carl's soul, a darkness that no amount of fame or fortune could dispel. It had been nearly 40 years, but the events of that fateful night in 1985 were seared into his memory. He could still picture his wife Anna, her raven hair spilling across the ground, her body broken and lifeless after plummeting from their window. The police had zeroed in on him immediately as the suspect. For 3 long years he had lived under a cloud of suspicion, his reputation in tatters, before finally being acquitted of her murder. The trial had dredged up every seedy detail of their turbulent marriage for the whole world to see. Heated arguments, substance abuse, allegations of infidelity. It had been a sort of madness that consumed them both. And in one horrific instant, it had all brutally ended with Anna's tragic death. Though legally exonerated, Carl Andre knew the court of public opinion would never fully absolve him in many eyes. Each new exhibition, every career milestone, would be looked at through the prism of that night so many years ago. It was the burden he carried, the shadow that would forever be cast over his legacy, fair or not. Turning from the window, Andre picked up his welding torch and got back to work. The sculptures were his salvation, his chance to shape something powerful and beautiful out of the raw materials before him. It was all he could do to try and make some sense of the senseless. Andre's early works were inspired by his contemporaries, including Frank Stella, with whom he shared a studio. His transition to minimalism was marked by a departure from traditional sculptural techniques and materials. Instead of carving or modeling, he began arranging prefabricated industrial materials directly on the gallery floor. Andre's most famous works are his floor sculptures, which consist of simple, repetitive arrangements of materials such as bricks, metal plates, and wooden blocks. These works often invite viewers to walk on or around them, challenging traditional notions of sculpture as a vertical monolithic form. Some notable pieces include Lever, 1966, and then The Bricks, 1966 and 133 Magnesium Square. Despite the controversies, Carl Andre's contributions to minimalism are undeniable.